Hi everyone, this is Red with RedDragonLeo.com, and I've noticed that some of my YouTube followers have asked me questions and I've not been able to respond back to them and answer. I have tried many times to reply to one of their comments, but for whatever reason I have problems replying. I don't know. I've tried different browsers and seem to have the same problem. Like when I go here and I can go into my account here and click on inbox, and I can try to reply by clicking on the comments and try to see all the comments and reply to them, and what happens is I have an error message. So every time I seem to try it, it doesn't seem to work. So for whatever reason, I don't know. Basically, I can just go post and okay, it did post this time. Oh golly, what the heck is wrong with that? All right, well, it wasn't posting before. I've been having is the error messages. So anyway, check my site, which a lot of you don't even, I guess, go to the site. I guess you just watch the videos, but go to the site here at RedDragonLeo.com, and you can click on the comment section to view all of the comments. I'm in here every day, actively throughout the day, and you can read these comments, and you'll know, if things have changed from what the video says. And you'll also see all the links. All the links of the stuff that I talk about are right here in this section for the most part. The red pill sites, pretty much I don't go over anything on the blue pill sites, because that's the mass media that is basically corrupting your minds and feeding you the garbage that the Illuminati wants you to know, want to shove down your throat. So so these are the sites that you should be going to and checking out and reading, and other sites in that same category, as well as the spiral dates guy is listed here, and we're going to go over there real quick. He has a very important turn date of, looks like about the 12th or something, with 5.5 different I guess clusters of events that are going to coincide all around that period, plus or minus a day, I guess. So the higher this number, the more likelihood it is to turn. It doesn't mean that this is a turn. It only has a 1. Doesn't mean it's not a turn. It simply means that all of these dates have possibilities of turns, but the more things that coincide around a higher date, or a higher number, I'm sorry, the more likely that it is a turn. It doesn't mean it's going to be down. It could be up. It's just a turn, okay, in the market. So the 12th is a very, very important date. And again, you can find his link right here under astrology, moon cycles, and spiral dates. Good guy to go check out. Okay, and if some of you have taken the time to read some of these comments, Gecko posted a lot of interesting information about the movie Wall Street that's coming out again. I did not realize that the first one was actually, the first movie about Wall Street came out in none other than 1929. Yes, folks, 1929. It was planned and filmed in 1928 and came out in 1929. How convenient. And then if you go back and look at your history, the more recent one in 1987 with Michael Douglas playing the character Gordon Gekko, that came out in 1987 and was filmed in 1986. Well, guess what? We have another Wall Street movie coming out with Michael Douglas playing Gordon Gekko again. So take the time to read up about this. Read Gecko's comments. They're pretty interesting about that, and about September 24th possibly being a low in the market. And that would also coincide with coming right out of the Legata's pilgrimage, as that's scheduled again September the 9th through the 20th. So, the week coming out right after would be a week that they're going to implement some type of stimulus program to rally the market again. Now, Woody here posted something of interest that has to do with the average American's 401k plan, and how the government basically is going to steal your money and force your employer to put your 401k plan into the stock market. That's basically what this is about. But I guess that's a stimulus. There's a lot of money sitting there, so in people's 401k plans that might be safely invested in something that doesn't earn them any money, maybe like CDs or whatever, but doesn't lose them any money, like the stock market. So definitely take the time to read through these comments. That's where you'll find a lot of interesting stuff. And here it is. He's also talking about the Wall Street movie here. But Gecko was talking about it too. But talks about it being 1929, the very first one. Okay. So moving on to the charts, let's go over here to the monthly. It looks like the monthly closed out negative, as we knew it would. Today's August 31st, obviously the last day of the month, and so that's over with. So where are we, and what's your next month bring? Well, down, sideways consolidation. What do you call that? Bear flag. Can we all say it? Bear flag. So the next move down very well could just take this puppy out and just fall off a cliff. Here we got a move down, 1, 2, sideways consolidation, third one, a big down. Here we got one down, 1, 2, 3, sideways consolidation, and then maybe another one down next month. That's what I'm looking for. And look at this. If this is not the telltale sign here that this is crossing now. We have got 4 weeks down in a row so far. Again, I don't know what the rest of this week is going to bring. We do have another options expiration this Friday. It's very likely they might squeeze the shorts and bring this up and close it a little positive, especially after today's action at the end of the day. I think it's possible that they could run this thing up a little bit. I don't know how high they're going to go. Again, this is 1100 area right here where it's necktying, so it's not going to get past that. That's that 111.17 print, but it might not even get up to the 108 because it's looking awful weak. So even if we do have a big positive week, that just sets up the following week to be a disaster. So even if we have one of these reversal candles, it's got to come at some point, because we've had 1, 2, 3, we're on our 4th week down right now, and we haven't had a big flush out yet, in my opinion. So are they going to pop it up one time before they do a flush out? It's possible. So, you might have one like this candle over here, where obviously it went all the way down to here, then went back up, closed positive by a little, then it just flushed out after that, just 1, 2, 3 weeks in a row. So I still kind of lean towards a positive week here. How high it gets, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to hit that 111.17 print. We might not get that high. We might only get to 1080 area or something like that. It's a lot of overhead resistance in getting this up here to 1100. I just don't think it can do that in today's Tuesday, in 3 days. I don't see it possible doing it this week. So, but I think it's possible to probably get up here to maybe 1080. And that might be all we get. That maybe that 111.17 print is for some other time period. We don't know when it's going to play out. We only know that it will play out at some point. So although I thought maybe it could, it's just not looking good. We did end up closing positive, but for the day, but it's still, and I think we could go up tomorrow, mainly because I'm looking at the daily here. The daily is not putting any pressure on the market on a downward basis, as you can see by looking at these histogram tower bars. They're rising up. That doesn't mean that this is curled back up yet. It doesn't mean the market's not going to go lower, because certainly I think it is. But at least for the next few days, we could rally a little bit, at least get up there to that 1080 area, and that's on the daily. And here, the only thing that concerns me here majorly is the head and shoulders pattern that we had. There's your left shoulder, and here's your head, and down here, and then back up here would be your right shoulder, and it closed kind of down here. So, you got to look at that and think, okay, I see that pattern. Looks like it's ready to fall off a cliff, fall down here. But what pattern is more powerful here? This head and shoulders pattern, which we see lots of them, and lots of them fail. I think someone mentioned on the blog sometime back that that actually did some research and seeing that Bulkowski's pattern statistics has changed over the years, and head and shoulders patterns only play out like 50% of the time or something, about half the time. So of course, if it plays out, it's going to take another leg down. I don't know if it's going to or not. But right now, the charts, what I see here is 1, 2, 3, 4 lower histogram towers, and each one is a little bit higher. And that is a quadruple positive divergence. I don't know what type. I think, you know, the chart pattern guy, he tells you what type they are, because technically the market is supposed to go lower for these to be a positive divergence, but instead it just went down and traded sideways. So, but regardless, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. That's very powerful. That should indicate that we should go up some, you know, tomorrow and the next day before recycling back down into a big wave down, which I think is coming. So as you can see here, we went up here, rolled over, rejected it. I think it's going to curl back up, and I think we're going to get up here above and get at least in this area high, maybe even this area. You know, that'd be a pretty strong rally. I just, you know, I don't know how high it's going to go. There's a lot of overhead resistance, like I said, but you know, they could fill this gap here. They could go on up here and maybe hit this top here. I don't think they're going to get past 1080, not in the next 3 days. You know, but you know, it's possible. Like I said, with options expiration, they're going to try to pin this SPY somewhere, and there's lots of puts on the open interest for this options expiration. I was looking at that; it's like 55,000 of them or something, versus like, I don't know, less than 5,000 for the calls on the various positions. So ideally, a 108 on the SPY would be a perfect place to pin it. You know, I think, or between 107 and 108, I think would be perfect for this Friday. And then we're going to look at the 15-minute chart. Looking at the 15-minute chart, same thing here. Looks like a head and shoulders. Looks like it should go down, but it didn't. It reversed in the end. It curled back up here as well. And if you exclude this one big long thing, you'd have 1, 2, 3. You know, oh, I don't guess that is a positive. Yeah, but yeah, that's not what you'd call quadruple positive divergence. That's not, but regardless, it's on the 15. It looks to me like it still wants to go up a little higher. It ran all the way up here, and then it curled back down here. I think it's going to get above the 0 line somewhat before we roll over. I think it's going to go up into Wednesday and Thursday, possibly. All depends on those, you know, jobs and data numbers that they're going to come out with. I think ADP is out tomorrow. So, you know, they can take it either way they want. If they, at this point, if they want to take it down and go against what the charts say, well, the charts don't necessarily say that we're going to go up. I mean, because obviously this could just keep going down. It is pointing down. It doesn't have much further to go here, but it could go down here and stay here for quite a while. So there's nothing to say it cannot continue on down. But I just feel like with 1, 2, 3, 4 of these, that it wants to roll back up. So all they need to do is manipulate the numbers, the ADP numbers out tomorrow, to where they're halfway decent, to give the market a reason to rally up a little bit. And I think they're going to do that because they want to pin that SPY on a place to where they wipe out all those shorts, all those people that are short, that's got all them puts that have bought puts. So it's just what I think that they're going to do. No guarantees, of course, on any of this, because we could just fall right off a cliff tomorrow if those numbers really, really come out bad. But that's just what I see. But you know, as far as, so this week, I think we might end up closing a little positive, and then next week just fall off a cliff, just tank. Okay, guys, check out the blog. Good luck to everyone.